Hello Pisces, welcome to your May 2021 Tarot. I am going to be doing something a little bit different. I've been trying this out and I like the idea. So I've got two decks worth of major arcana only in this pile. So I've got the Santa Muerte Tarot and I've got the Murder of Crow Tarot. For the body, we are going to use that to get your main energy reading for the month of May. We're going to use the Crow Tarot to fill in the gaps as to what else is happening for you this month. Now, we do have a lot happening in the cosmos, so bear with me. This is going to be a longer video because we're going to talk about the cosmos and what is going on. And then we will use the Line Strider Tarot to clarify anything or fill into any gaps should we need them. So as I shuffle, we're going to start talking because there's a lot happening. Beginning of spring to current time, quick catch up. We had 6 weeks, 0 retrogrades. Things marched on the way they always do and the way they should. Things were relatively calm. Then on April 27th, Pluto went retrograde, and that was the first retrograde in 6 weeks. So that maybe threw us for a bit of a loop, and we have been feeling like we're wading through mud. Expect more of that energy to continue because Pluto stays retrograde until October 6th. Now, Pluto in retrograde, Pluto's about death and transformation, and we may have been feeling, and I say we, partly because I am a Gemini, which is the air equivalent to your water dualistic energy, Pisces. So you may be feeling a little bit out there, a little bit lost, like you're moving backwards and going through mud. Well, there's also a little bit of grief and death involved because Pluto, to use a tarot equivalent is the death card. You have to have death before you have the transformation and rebirth. And that is what we are feeling with the Pluto retrograde energy. Now that went retrograde in the sign of, well, the sun was in the sign of Taurus. We are currently in the sign of Taurus. And on May 20th, the sun moves into the sign of Gemini. On May 8th, Venus moved into the sign of Gemini. So it went from a comfortable place being in Taurus, because Venus rules Taurus. Your love life may have been kind of comfortable. Status quo, nothing dramatic happening. And well, that's about to change. Things are being shaken and stirred with Venus going into Gemini. And that means that your love life may have started heating up already by the time you see this, because Venus will have had at least one full day in the sign of Gemini. And Gemini has a fun, flirtatious, adventurous streak to it, and that is exactly how it is going to be affecting Venus. And that means that is how it's going to affect your love life. So there is a fair amount of moving and shaking already starting. Now on May 11th, we have new moon in Taurus. New moon in Taurus, calling in new beginnings, calling in new starts, bringing in the new for the new cycle. And this happens every month. So if you missed the last one, well, you know what? There's a new moon every month. And with the new moon being in Taurus, it wants us to get grounded. It wants us to stay calm, even if things are shaking up and we don't like it. Stay calm and get explicitly clear on the material things that you want to bring in. There is a big focus on money with this particular new moon. So get explicitly clear. We will start feeling this new moon energy starting May 10th, obviously all day May 11th into May 12th and 13th. Now, May 13th weekend, we will start feeling the Saturn retrograde vibes. The pre-retrograde shadow phase will start the weekend of May 14th and will intensify as we march towards May 23rd, when Saturn, the dad of the solar system, the one who likes to keep us in check. Because, hey, somebody's got to do it. And you know what? It's more about keeping Jupiter in check, because Jupiter would just be a freewheeling mess if there wasn't somebody to help keep it in line. And Saturn going retrograde is wanting us to really focus on karma being rebalanced. So really important to be putting good karma out there. Now, Jupiter is moving into the sign of Pisces, your sign, shortly after the new moon. One more thing about the Saturn retrograde, we might as well talk about it now. There's only one more thing to point out about it. Saturn retrograde, we may be feeling like there's a lot of blockages and things being thrown in our paths, and that is just to make sure we are on the right karmic path. And if we ignore it, well, we know what happens when you get on the wrong side of karma. And we don't want that. But with Jupiter going into Pisces just after the new moon on May 11th, there is going to be a major daydreaming feel. And that's okay. Tap into that early if you can, because that can help you get clear on what it is exactly that you want to bring in and draw in. And that can help you manifest, with the help of the new moon, what you want your materialistic future to look like. You may find a little bit of comfort happening with Jupiter being in Pisces. Now, it is going to stay in the sign of Pisces until June, when Jupiter goes retrograde. And when Jupiter goes retrograde, it dips back into Aquarius for the remainder of that retrograde, which will be well into the fall. Whew, seems like a lot, right? Don't forget, Sun moves into Gemini, so that grounded energy that we are currently in, which you're not comfortable with, guess what? We're moving into Gemini. Sun moves into Gemini on May 20th, and that means there's a bit of a freewheeling energy, and I want to go over here and do this, and there's something shiny, squirrel! That is my life on a daily basis, guys. In case you want to know what it feels like to be a Gemini, that is just the tiniest little slice of literally a fraction of a second in my brain. But we do have one more major thing to talk about. Actually, two more. We have the weekend of May 19th. We start the pre-Mercury Retrograde, and this one's going to be a doozy. Sun's in Gemini at that time. Mercury's going to be in Gemini. The retrograde is going to be in Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini. Ooh, that's a lot of Gemini. I don't know how many people can take that. Even I don't have that much Gemini in my chart, which, by the way, if you don't already know your astrological birth chart, I strongly suggest you at least find out what your sun sign is, what your moon sign is, and your rising sign. Quick rundown as to what these are and what the first part of the solar system is and how it affects you on your birth chart. Your sun sign is your outer you, your rising sign, your inner you, your moon sign is your emotions, Mercury is how you communicate, your Venus is how you feel and express love, your Mars sign is how you express and feel your anger. There, astrology in a nutshell. Those are the easiest ones. Those are the ones that affect us the most. So if you do go onto any sites and find that out, I would also strongly suggest you double check more than one site, because I have seen discrepancies between a few of them. So check a couple of them. Use the free ones. Find out just what your sign is. You don't have to read the rest of it unless you are interested in it, which if you're watching this, you probably are. So once we have all of that, at the end of the month, having Saturn in retrograde, Mercury going retrograde, so be so explicitly clear in your communications, because Mercury retrograde messes with our communications, travel plans, our technology, and all of that fun stuff. We will have that until June 22nd. So for 6 weeks, double, triple, quadruple check that documents are signed, you're calling the right person, your emails are going to the right person, that there's no room for miscommunication. T's are crossed, I's are dotted, things are signed in the right place and dated, because that all makes a huge difference. So if you didn't think that was enough, we have a full moon that happens in between all of this, and it is a super moon, meaning it is a measurable distance closer to Earth. So while I talk about this moon, let's get the major energies for Pisces for May 2021, please. This full moon happening on May 26th is going to be in the sign of Sagittarius. So if you have Sagittarius sun, moon, rising, you may be feeling it. Also, if you have Taurus and Gemini, I'm trying to think if there's any other, there's usually 4 planets or 4 signs that can get caught up in these moon energies and planetary energies, feeling it even more so than others. But this full moon is all about clearing out space and finding our freedoms and making sure we have space and that we've released all of this, because full moons are about releasing. This is when you do your cleansing, your releasing of anything you no longer want hanging around. That can be physical, that can be emotional. That's when you journal, write stuff out, and then you burn it or rip it. Yeah, that's the time. And because this full moon is a super moon, it brings double the impact with the emotional aspect. Full moons can be emotional as it is. With it being a super moon, there is that added oomph to it. And then we've got an eclipse. We've got a full lunar eclipse happening in the middle of all of it. So watch your emotions. Just be aware that a lot of emotions can be rising to the surface. Now with the eclipse, it will be visible in the northern hemisphere, weather permitting. I need to add that disclaimer. The cosmos do not have any connection with cloud cover whatsoever and weather patterns. The moon can influence it, but that's more the tides, and the tides can impact. Oh, okay, I'll get off my weather rant. I could sit and talk about the weather for a long time. But the eclipse aspect of this wants us to close things out. If you've got a book that you haven't finished, finish it or give it away. If you've got projects on the go that you haven't finished, finish it or delegate it. Get stuff off your plate, tie up loose ends with the help of the eclipse. Now there will be a new moon eclipse, solar eclipse, in the sign of Gemini on June 10th. That will bring us out of eclipse season, and once we get through Mercury retrograde in June, okay, one more card please for Pisces. We will be done 2 out of 3 Mercury retrogrades at the end of June. The last Mercury retrograde will happen later on in the fall. I believe it's late October into November. Whew, lots going on. Okay, you know what? You've only got one major arcana card here. There may be more coming out in the body of the reading, so let's get into that. Let's talk about this guy first. I've got the Hierophant. This is the card of Taurus. So there is a lot of earth energy. It's very grounded. This is going to help keep you out of the extra emotional phase and keep you grounded and not let your emotions get the better of you. Now, this is also a card of commitment and some self-discipline, because the Hierophant is also very spiritual and often referred to as the religious male. It is masculine energy. The old keywords for the Hierophant was the Pope. So what the Pope means and how he has his influence over the Roman Catholic faith, that is the kind of influence that this guy's got here. And this is what is going to help keep you sane this month. So let's ask for messages for Pisces for the month of May, please and thank you. While I'm shuffling, I might as well talk about a little contest I've got going on. I did this for the month of April, and Scorpios ran away with the show. They won the contest. So for the month of May, they are getting extra readings. So for the monthly reading only, whatever sign has the most views and interactions will get bonus reading for the month of June. Okay, you've got some major arcanas here. I'm not surprised that you have some cups energy, but it's good cups energy. Off the bottom of the deck, oh boy, you've got two more major arcana cards. I guess they didn't want to be the overall influence for the entire month, but they're still coming out. You've got the Devil card, which warns against getting caught up in anything negative, whether that's negative thought patterns, negative behaviors, addictions. Be mindful of it. This is also the card of Capricorn. So some of you may be dealing with a Capricorn. You may have Capricorn as your rising or moon. So take a look, see how that'll affect you. But watch out for negative behaviors, particularly getting addicted to negative thought patterns and negative emotions. Once you get on that negative train, it's easy to get there and stay there. And what is going to get you on that negative train is potentially a tower moment, something that comes in and shakes your foundation, really rattles your cage. But that is the bottom of the deck, so that is not going to be the main basis for the entire month. This is going to be kind of a background influence. It's something that comes in from the background and that you may have even been carrying over from April. Some energy that is residual. We've got the Star card. Now, this is a major arcana card as well. So there is some big energy coming in for you, Pisces. Some of you may be cuspers with Aquarius because the Star card is the card of Aquarius. Also check your moon and rising as well, or your rising sign could be Aquarius. You could be on a cusp of a Sun Pisces with Aquarius as well. But the Star card talks about balance, but it also talks about hopes and dreams. And this is a bit of my wish coming true card. And this is funny how this has been happening, particularly for the latter half of the astrological chart, how these readings have been coming out, because the last couple that I have done, we have had a major arcana and then the minor arcana equivalent coming through. So we've got the Star card, wishes and dreams coming true. You have the Nine of Cups, which is wishes granted. So this is going to help get you out of that negative train. Wishes and dreams coming true, wish granted. So wish big, dream big, as per the lottery slogan, dream big. You've got the Six of Pentacles. It's slower earth energy. And the Six of Pentacles, again, you've got the Scales of Justice in here, talks about balance. So you're bringing in some balance to things that are tangible. This could be your home-work ratio. This could just be you finally balanced your checkbook and your bank account. You've got money coming in, money goes out to pay the bills. There's nothing hugely exciting coming in terms of a shocking raise or a layoff, which is good news in itself. And the one good thing about this particular card is there is benevolence and enough to go around. There's enough to cover your bills, have a little extra, and that might be your wish coming true, is that your emotional cups are full. You've got enough, you've got some balance, you've got enough to maybe even share. And this is going to help you with picking yourself back up. Now I'm quite confident that that Tower and Devil energy is something that was carrying over, because with the Nine of Wands, this is a wounded warrior. Regardless of how his wounds were inflicted or where they were inflicted, whether that is physical, emotional, or mental wounds. Whew, having trouble speaking the last couple days. Regardless of the wounds, the wounded warrior gets back up to fight again. They get back up on the horse. So there's something that's going to be making you feel better. It is a period of healing. And the sun is peeking through the clouds in this card, and that is how you are starting to feel. It's that after a period of gray, gloomy, cloudy, hurt energy, you're starting to feel a little bit better. You're getting back on track. You're getting back up on the horse. And you've got the Page of Wands here. So there's a bit of a spark coming back in. There's a renewal. And I'm going to clarify this one. What is this spark and renewal? This could be a message. It could be a spark of creativity, which Pisces, you are creative and intuitive. So you may be getting a gut feeling. You may be getting a message. It could be a spiritual message as well, coming in that helps you through all of this energy coming through. So let's get some clarification for Pisces as to what this Page of Wands is about. And for anybody wanting to know something more specific, that is something done through personal readings, and I do personal readings. I am available. So if you want to contact me, you can send me a message through here, or you can go to the North of 40 Tarot page and send me a message that way and we can chat. So what is this message about? Ooh. It's slow moving energy, but it's something you've been working towards, possibly with another person getting you through this time. There's been a period of waiting. You've been working on it, nurturing it, and letting it grow. And we've got the Major Arcana card of the World. So this is a cycle that is closing out. And you're just going to be feeling in your element. And this cycle closing out, it's not that heavy grief, burdens, anything like that. It's not quite as in your face as the Sun card, but it is a softer, joyous, celebratory ending. And it's something that you've been looking forward to. And just a quick rundown as to a little bit more as to what it is. You've got Four of Wands, which talks about stability. Ace of Wands, there's a new opportunity to let these burdens go. This is about your love life. Messages coming in, but be careful because we've got Mercury Retrograde coming in. It may mess with your communication. That's at the end of the month, so please be careful. Three of Wands, we've got messages coming in and a new offer of love that is going to make you feel good. Just be careful of this double energy. May try to come sneaking back in to try something new. But your cup of love is the Knight of Swords going to come swooping in with the answers for you and to help clarify the problem and help you get rid of any doubts that you had. So you've already had your Tower moment. You've had that double energy and you've kicked it to the curb. Gone. I am thinking the majority of you guys are probably women watching this. So he or whoever that masculine energy was is gone. You kicked him to the curb. That was your Tower moment. Stay grounded throughout this month. Stay safe and please watch your communications. Don't let that devil energy come back in, please. Please. I hate it when people do that. I was a police officer for 15 years. I saw true devil energy at its finest, and anybody who ever let that energy back in never ended up in a good spot and usually saw us as police officers again and again and again and again. So if this devil energy tries to come back in, do not let it, regardless of how they grovel and try to rekindle something. Don't. There's a new cup of love coming, more than likely at the end of the month, possibly into June. There was a little bit of digging I had to do to get that. So that new cup of love, it's in the future, nearer future. I'm not thinking like fall, but whatever that devil energy is, was, hopefully was, and will remain as a was. Kick it to the curb, leave it there. You took that trash out, let the trash man come get it, leave it alone. I'm going to leave it here. Please like, subscribe, share away, and hit that notification bell. You never know when I'm doing extra readings, and I'll talk to you soon.